Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Lorena and I love to share my recipes with you. And if you've been here before, then hello again. Today we're going to make a Christmas wreath, which I think is gorgeous. And actually a couple of you asked me to make it when I asked what dishes you wanted me to make for Christmas, and so this is perfect. We're going to use the same dough that I used for the time that I made the cinnamon and walnuts rolled bread. And so I'm not going to show you how to do that this time, and I already have it ready. So inside our wreath there's going to be some cinnamon, cloves, and also a bit of nutmeg, and also some raisins and walnuts. But of course you can swap those for whichever you like if you don't like those. So you're going to see that from now on there's going to be a problem, and that is that I actually forgot to turn on the audio for this video. And so I had to film the intro, which you're seeing now, after I had put the wreath in the oven. But I will be speaking on the background, just explaining whatever I'm doing there. You just won't hear it from my mouth, and it will look really weird because my mouth will be moving. But I hope you can forgive that, because this recipe is really amazing and you need it on your Christmas table. As always, if you want to see the full recipe, then all you need to do is click on the link in the description box below, and that will take you to the blog where you will find lots more recipes. Also remember that if you like this video, you can always put thumbs up to it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it already. I'm now going to make this Christmas wreath bread, so if you want to see how it's done, then keep on watching this video. Here I have the dough that I had already made, mixed, proofed and everything, and it's ready to be used. So we're going to stretch it out so we can do the wreath. We need to flour the table and on top of the dough to make sure that the rolling pin is not sticking to it, and we want to have a nice and long rectangle. And now, just like we did with the walnut and cinnamon bread, we're going to brush this rectangle with melted butter that's also cooled down to room temperature. And you want to make sure that it's not stuck to the table before you do this, because then we're going to roll it. Now I'm mixing brown sugar with ground cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, and that's going to be stuck to the butter, and it's going to give it a very Christmassy smell and also a really good flavor. You want to spread it out as evenly as possible, and you also want to leave 3 centimeters at the bottom without any filling, because we're going to use that side to close it once we have rolled it. Then we're also going to add the walnuts, also try to spread them out evenly, and of course the raisins. The raisins I hydrated for 10 minutes in boiling water before adding them to the dough, and of course I let them cool down to room temperature before, just so that they are nice and juicy. Now we're going to start rolling it from the side where we didn't leave an empty 3 centimeters, and we're going to roll it as tight as we can, because if we have any air gaps in there, it's going to be really difficult then to do the braiding. Once you get to the very end, you want to stretch out the end that you left without any filling and wrap it around, just to make sure that it's sticking and that you have a nice and closed roll. Now we're going to cut. So you need to take your sharpest knife in the kitchen and you want to cut it in half lengthwise. This is going to expose all of the layers that we have created when we rolled it out. You want to be really careful here, because if you have a blunt knife, the effect that it's going to create is that it's going to join the layers as you cut them, where we want them actually to be really nice and open. Next we're going to roll it onto its side really carefully, because we're going to braid it, keeping in mind that at all times we want to see the layers at the top. At this point you also want to make sure that your surface is really nice and floured, just so that it's easier for you to braid these strands. Once you have it like this, you're going to start to braid it,
And it's much easier if you have someone else to help you with this, but if not, you can see how I do it by myself and it worked out fine at the end. So at first it's going to be really difficult because you're going to move large strands of braid from one side to the other, but by the time that you get to the end, it will be much easier. You want to be really gentle so that you don't erase all of those layers that we have formed, and also so that it doesn't break because it is a really delicate dough. At this point you want to give it a nice squeeze towards the center, and this is going to give it a much nicer look because the braid is going to look more swirly. Next we're going to close the braid so we form a wreath, and this is going to go onto our baking tray that already has some baking paper on it. If you have an edgeless baking tray unlike mine, then please do this on top of the tray because it will be much easier. And now I'm going to transfer it towards the tray, and again, if you have someone else to help you with this, it will be so much better. Now I'm just giving it a little fix because of the aggressive transfer that I did, but it looks perfect anyway, so don't worry, if you're alone at home, you can do it too. This dough needs to proof now for 30 minutes if you're in a hot or even medium temperature, or 1 hour if it's really cold where you are.
Okay, I'm back to normal with the audio at least, and now it's going to go into the oven, I think for about 20 to 30 minutes, but it will depend on your oven. We just want to see that everything is nice and golden, and of course that it has puffed up a bit. And my oven is preheated at 180 degrees Celsius. My wreath is out of the oven and it looks amazing. I just want to start to eat it, but before I want to add a glaze to it. And so here I have 4 tablespoons of icing sugar, and I mixed it with a bit of water until I got this consistency, which is what I like, just to make a few shapes on top of it. I don't want to cover it completely. And that's it, our wreath is ready. That was my Christmas wreath bread recipe. I really hope you liked it. If you did like it, don't forget to put thumbs up to this video. It makes me really happy. Please, if you make this recipe or any other recipe from the blog, don't forget to send me a picture or tag me on them because I really love to see what you cook. Also, if there's anything savory or sweet that you would like me to teach you how to make, you can leave a comment below. I'm posting recipes every Thursday and Sunday, so if you don't want to miss any of them, then I recommend that you subscribe to my channel. It's free and only one click away. You can also follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook as Cravings Journal. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you next time.